Touch-up and spot repair products have been acquiring greater and greater importance in the body shop activity. Correctly executed touch-up guarantees an excellent aesthetic result, together with a considerable saving on processing times and repair costs. The tutorial shows the touching up technique of a base coat matte metallic shade reproduced by 900 MULTICRYL system. By inserting the particulars of the shade he has to reproduce for the body touch-up in Pulp Color Finder, the operator identifies the shade card and any other variants in the Chroma Card color reference system. Alternatively, the shade can be searched by using a spectrophotometer. The Chroma Card found through the search and its other variants are then compared with the shade of the support on which touch-up must be effected. The operator will have to assess the adequacy of the identified shade and, where there are variants, identify the closest one to the tone of the original support paintwork. Once the tone of the most suitable shade to effect a touch-up has been identified, Pulp Color Finder will give you the formula of the shade chosen, so that you can proceed to prepare it. The products used have been previously mechanically stirred with a mixing machine. Remember that for each shade the Pulp Color Finder formula indicates the color of the filler on which the enamel must be applied. When weighing is completed, the shade in the cup must be mixed thoroughly until it is impossible to identify layers and lines of colors on the inner side of the container. Catalysis of the base color is always recommended, as it is reported in the technical data sheet. Therefore, when the shade in the cup is perfectly homogeneous, catalysis and then subsequent mixing can be effected. Please refer to the technical data sheet for the dilution of the shade, which will afterwards have to be mixed and filtered with filter number 2500, 125 microns. For the purposes of demonstration, the operator is using a high transfer spray gun with incorporated filter. Once the suitability of the chosen shade has been ascertained, touching up starts. The following simple application rules must be observed to guarantee the best result. First of all, apply one coat of 900 FIX1 on the whole matte area. Then, we recommend the application of a light and very thin coat of shade to remove any micro-impurities due to the presence of silicone in the air. After that, proceed to the application of 2 regular and uniform coats until covering is achieved. Once the base coat left in the gun has been diluted with 074DS at 30%, touch-up is completed with the so-called final fade-out, a very thin and uniform coat of great importance. Final fade-out must be performed on a not completely dry base coat. Finally, we remind you to correctly adjust the airbrush for each phase of application. For the purposes of demonstration, the operator is using a SATAjet 4000 RP gun. The tutorial aims at showing the described phases in detail. Preliminary to touch-up is the preparation of support. First of all, the operator prepares fixative 900 FIX1 in the cup. When the filler is dry and well sanded, the support is cleaned with anti-silicone diluent 950. At this point, after setting air pressure to 1.8 bar, the operator can apply one uniform coat of 900 FIX1 on the whole mat area. Once 900 FIX1 has been applied, it is necessary to adjust the airbrush according to the gun model used. To this purpose, please refer to the Adjusting the Airbrush table for the touch-up technique provided by Palini. The operator is setting air pressure to 1.8 to 2 bars, nozzle 1.2 to 1.3, using a SATA-Jet 4000 RP gun. After 2 to 3 minutes from the application of fixative 900 FIX1, and once the airbrush has been correctly adjusted, the operator applies the shade previously prepared in the cup on the touch-up area, keeping a distance of 10 to 15 cm from support. The application of the two regular and uniform coats with a few minutes interval between them, depending on the temperature and relative humidity, is effected shading off from the center of the touch-up area towards the external one, as it is shown in the tutorial. Once covering has been achieved, the operator prepares himself for the most important phase of touch-up, the so-called final fade-out on the fade-out area. It is a very thin and homogeneous coat which needs to be immediately applied on a not completely dry base color. For a perfect final fade-out, 4 important rules must absolutely be respected. First of all, we insist on the importance of a timely application by the operator. Final fade-out must in fact be executed on base color 900, not completely dry. When shade 900, which is left in the cup, has been diluted with 074DS at 30%, you must quickly adjust the airbrush. Finally, during the application phase, it is necessary to keep a distance of 25 to 30 cm from support. Afterwards, the tutorial shows the different steps for the correct execution of final fade-out. First of all, the operator dilutes base color 900 left in the gun with 074DS at 30% and thoroughly mixes it. Then he proceeds to quickly adjust the airbrush. Please refer to the airbrush regulation table for fade-out in the touch-up technique provided by Palini, which shows the required adjustment depending on the gun model used. For the purposes of this tutorial, the operator is using a SATA-Jet 4000 RP gun. The air pressure is in fact set to 1.3 to 1.4 bars, and the product flux regulator is open at 2 revolutions. As the tutorial shows, remember that the fade-out area extends beyond the touch-up one. Therefore, it is the space where the camouflage between the original painting of the support and touch-up takes place. After these 2 preliminary operations have been quickly executed and the fade-out area has been identified, the operator is ready to effect final fade-out on a base color 900 not completely dry. By increasing the application distance up to 25 to 30 cm from support, fade-out is carried out shading off from the center of the touch-up area towards the external one, as indicated by the arrows, in order to obtain the best camouflage between the old and new painting. After 5 minutes flash time at 20 degrees Celsius, it is possible to apply one of the clears in the Palini range. The operator is applying the clear at 420 VOC 223 shine. result obtained by effecting touch-up is excellent. The quality of the products used and the technique we have studied and shown have allowed us to achieve a perfect camouflage between the original painting and touch-up, preventing the eye from perceiving any difference.